With respect, Mr Sharma, I asked you about the Prime Minister not knowing those regulations, particularly in those restrictions in the North East yesterday. Does it matter that he didn't know?
Well, so if I may just say to you, I think this is one of those sort of, gotcha questions that you get coming on these programmes.
Again, Mr Sharma, with respect, it wasn't a gotcha question. You were talking about, and he's been talking about, the fact that these restrictions are clear, and he was asked to explain them, and he couldn't explain them yesterday. Surely that's embarrassing, isn't it, for the Prime Minister not to be able to say what they are?
Well, I think that matter was clarified immediately, and I said to you, I've set out a couple of times what the overall national message is, and that's what people ought to be following. And if there are local restrictions in their areas, the best thing they can do is to look on those websites. Look, I mean, getting a minister to come on, completely understand that you want us to answer your questions, and of course we want to do that. But ultimately, what we don't want to do is to have a distraction. What is important for all your viewers watching this will be that if there is a particular restriction in my area, where can I find out precisely what it is, and for them to be able to look at it? Because, as you know, across the areas that are currently in restrictions, there are different restrictions that apply. So it's important people look at the website and understand for themselves precisely what's required of them.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I also say that, I could say that if the Prime Minister had known what those were, then there wouldn't be a distraction. He created that by not knowing what they are. And I suppose that speaks to what some of your critics would say, is that there are so many different regulations in different places, and this speaks to when you're trying to preach clarity, there's actually a lack of clarity there, which comes back to a lack of leadership.
Outside the areas where, such as the North East, where extra measures have been brought in, it's 6 inside, 6 outside.